So a Pareto chart is a bar graph in which the bar heights represent the frequency of the event. But there's one other thing, and that's the definition. In addition, the bars are arranged from left to right according to decreasing heights. So the bars are arranged from left to right according to decreasing height, which means then when you're doing a Pareto chart, the one that has the highest frequency is done first, and then the one next to that is done next, and the one next to that. So it's like you're coming downstairs. It's a step, a down step kind of graph. So that's a Pareto chart.
So the regular one, the other ones.
The highest one first, from the highest to the lowest.
So then most of the ones we have are usually from the lowest to the highest.
No. When we draw a bar graph, there's
No order.
Okay. All right. So that's a Pareto chart. Then the next one is on page, and Pareto charts I'm not going to really concentrate that much on. But you do know, I just want you to be aware that they are there. The next one happens to be a circle graph or a pie chart. Now with these, and again, this is related to the bar graph. It's related to the bar graph. The only difference between a regular bar graph and the Pareto chart is the order. So with this one, you have the order from the highest frequency to the lowest frequency. So this takes it, the bars are arranged in what order? Bars from highest frequency to lowest. So this is from highest frequency to lowest. To lowest frequency. But when you do a bar graph, regular bar graph, that's not the case. So when you're doing a regular bar graph, it's not the case. So they are related. It's just the different styles of drawing the two. The circle graph is the next type. And again, all of this comes under categorical data, which means data that you can put in category, things that you can name, nominal data. That's where all of this falls into. You have numerical data, then you're not going to use this. Now, that doesn't mean that you can have numerical data that put things into categories, which means you can produce a bar chart with numerical data, because what you're doing is you're putting things into categories, and those categories would be like, did not like, somewhat like, those kinds of things. Those are categories, but you got data to go with those categories. So, a circle graph, and then we want to say, well, what is the relationship between a circle graph and a bar graph? Some bar graphs you could make circle graphs, some circle graphs you could produce a bar graph for. It all depends on what you're making the graph for. Circle graphs are done this way. To do a circle graph, now, I don't ask you to draw circle graphs, but I do ask that you be able to tell me how much of a piece of the pie belongs to a particular sector. So what you do here in order to do that, and let's see if we got one here where it asks us to draw a circle graph, to make a pie chart or a circle graph.
On the bottom, is C on the bottom of 57 where it says draw a circle graph, divide the circle into pieces?
Yeah, but that's where they've already done that for you. I'm looking for one in the set of exercises. They're not very clear sometimes what they want you to do here. All right, number 5 is make a bar graph. I'm on page 61. Number 6 is an interpretation of the two graphs that you see there. Number 7, number 63. No, that's a time series. And I'm not going to get too much involved in time series.